Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a melee damage / melee stagger damage build. Now the question for today is going to be, should you build melee damage and stagger damage? Is it a good build? Well, let's jump right into it. So for the first slot with the weapon, we got Masamune's Edge, and we're building it with melee damage and melee stagger damage because that's what this build is going to be based on. And you know, I had to add the water stance because with this sword it comes with wind, and you need water stance at least. Having wind and water, not a bad combination. So this is the first weapon that we're using, and we also have that 20% chance or even extra damage when it lands. Next we have the bow. Once again, with this build, bow doesn't really matter, so you can really wear whatever bow you want because none of these bows really help out to your stuff. You can go for range resolve gain if you want, but yeah, whatever bow you want. Next we're gonna go on to the charm. So for this build, I'm using the samurai charm with blessed strikes because with this build, and we also have melee damage and melee stagger damage, but for this build it's a lot of just attack. You have your health is low, you have no healing, so at least with blessed strike you can heal yourself with your ability. It comes in clutch. So this is why I'm using the samurai charm, melee damage and melee stagger damage. They're both at 9%, which honestly isn't too bad. That's not a bad roll. I'll take it. Next up we got the kunai. We have the kunai because the kunai comes with more melee damage, and this one I got a decent roll of 9.9, so that's just more melee damage on top of your melee damage that you already got so far. And I think with the kunais you definitely should put some damage increase on it. Damage increase will help because the kunais they're pretty weak, to be honest, unless you have that damage increase. And then I also put supermassive to have even more damage, and it throws people back, so it can come in clutch if you're getting cornered or something, or you're getting surrounded. You can kind of launch the little guys back. But yeah, so running the kunai for that extra melee damage. And last we got the demon seeds. Running demon seeds because we could get that extra melee stagger damage plus 12%, and I put a damage increase on it with fired up. Yo, these caltrops here, whatever you call them, these things are crazy because demon seeds, they apply weaken to people who fall in. Normally that's one of the perks, to weaken people. So not only are you weakening them, but we're also lighting them up on fire, and we have that damage increase plus 20. So they're weak, they're taking 20% extra damage from that fire, and it's just strong as hell. The demon seeds, when you get enemies in there, you do a lot of damage with it, and on top of that gives you that extra stagger damage. So if you got an enemy in there, you should be able to stagger them pretty quickly, do some good damage and all that. If we add all this up, you got 12% plus you got 12% plus 9.3% plus 12% again for stagger damage, and with melee we got 12% plus 9.6 plus 9.9. So you already see our melee damage and our stagger damage percentage is pretty high. It's pretty high. And now we're going to go on to the techniques. So for the techniques that I'm running on this build, starting off using spirit pull, because once again this build for the most part is going to be damage, so you gotta have some type of way of healing, and spirit pull is a good way to siphon off enemies' health while you're staggering them and hitting them. Does a little bit of damage to them, and you're healing yourself. Can help you out with the blessed strikes to combine those two. Next we got increased melee damage plus 10%. This build is, I'm trying to test out the melee damage. So on top of we have around 30% plus this. Right now we're at 40 something percent melee damage increase. Pretty high. It's pretty high up there. Next we have the increased max resolve by 1. This is so that you can get your ultimate a little more often, because your ultimate with that melee damage increase can help out a little bit. But we got that max resolve by 1. Don't really care about blocking or parrying. And then last, of course, we have the legendary items that you can equip, you know, increase it by 1. Those are the techniques that I'm running for this build. Now for the general verdict of this build, I will say it's definitely not a bad build, although it is a very weak build. And when I say weak, I mean your health. If you're not good at not getting hit, you will die, and you may die a lot. But if you can master the art of parrying and blocking and attacking and dodging and all that, this build will be pretty good. You can stagger enemies very quickly. Those big guys with the you know, the hammer they love to swing around, not the purple Onis, but like the lesser level of them, you can stagger them in 2 hits from the wind kick, which is crazy because with that stagger, they can't even get an attack off on you. If you just keep on, you kick them twice, switch to water stance, and you just boom, 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 spam it. They go back, their stamina goes back, you switch to wind, kick them twice again, and then you rinse and repeat. They can't even land a hit on you. Little guys, don't even bother. You hit them with the wind kick like once or twice and they're staggered on the floor. They're struggling. They don't even know what to do. The stagger is pretty crazy, plus the melee damage is pretty good. But once again, not having healing can be a struggle, especially in a nightmare survival mode where you're surrounded by enemies on a point. Especially with those spear guys, you know, they can catch you off guard with a random attack that can kill you like in an instant. So you really gotta be careful if you're gonna try this build. You really gotta master the art of blocking and parrying, because without healing, it's pretty hard. So once again, is it a good build? Yes. Viable, you know, maybe could use some changes just to give yourself a little more healing. But if you're really good at not getting hit and avoiding damage, this will honestly be a pretty good build. Pretty good damage overall. It's pretty good. I know I said pretty good like 10 times, but I mean, it's true. It's not the craziest. I probably wouldn't use it too much in nightmare survival, but if you just want to have fun and just stagger the crap out of everyone and just go crazy on damage, test out your skills. You know, you just want to mess around, see if you're good enough to run around doing all this damage, dying in like 2 hits. Go for it, man. Try it. Just have fun with it. As you can see, I am broke as hell on honor. This build honestly took me a while to freaking get by rerolls. Like, I was sitting here, oh my god, I was rerolling for years, guys. Yo, the honor is a problem. The honor is a problem. You don't get enough in this game. Now, I don't know if they're even going to update Tsushima Legends anymore in the future, so maybe they probably won't change it. But if they are planning on continuing this, yo, this honor, it needs to improve in some way, shape, or form, because right now it is way too hard to get honor. But that's for another time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. Once again, man, give the build a shot. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll discover that you're some secret samurai god who can't be touched, you know? Go crazy. But if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and even better, subscribe. Yo, it's free and it just means a lot. It really does. If you don't want to, I'll be sad, but I understand. Although you definitely should, because what you gotta lose? Nothing. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a great, wonderful, marvelous, stupendous, beautiful, amazing, great day. Peace out.